Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. Just thought I'd jump on here, give some random thoughts and whatnot. So today's the last day that I can burn some of StreamYard for the month of April, and I got 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, like 2 hours 40 minutes to burn. So figured I'd do some streaming, and figured I'd just give random stuff, you know. So one thing that I do want to actually touch on is the stuff that's been going on recently with The Last of Us Part 2. It's a video game from whoever, Naughty Dog, I think they are. And they've been striking channels that are people that I associate with. Geeks and Gamers, many of the people from the Geeks and Gamers crew. Riot Kitty, I believe, also got struck, which is kind of rude. But some of the people that have been struck by Naughty Dog for their coverage of The Last of Us Part 2 didn't show anything or talk about anything of any importance of the game. But they got struck regardless. Why is first the best? I don't know, Junebug. But I'm sure you'll let me know, so please do. And so, yeah, it's just ridiculous that these channels got hit with copyright strikes. I mean, Lethal Lightning, I think, got hit. Ryan Kinnell got hit twice. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Riot Kitty, and others. They've been getting hit simply because they've been offering critique on a game that they heard news about. Now, a few days ago, they did get leaks from, or a very disgruntled employee leaked the game because he was very unhappy that he wasn't getting paid. So, first is the best because it's the greatest man in the world. Or it's me, the greatest man in the world. Very funny, Joe Bug. Good job. And happy day to you, Dino 8000. Now, so this guy leaks it, starts talking about it, and people start talking about it, and they don't like what they hear. And a lot of people, according to Lethal Lightning, some of his friends who are very avid fans of the Last of Us first game, really liked it. Or really liked the first game, but they didn't like what they saw of the second. And so, when Naughty Dog kept on hearing all of this negative feedback, they decided to go full tyrant and started censoring people. And that's a very, very dangerous thing to do. Now, if people were showing, I'm not saying they did, but if people did show, hold on. There we go. If people did use their content before it is released, they have a right to copy, or they have a right to strike them down. However, if they are just critiquing what they saw and are not using any of the material that was leaked, that falls under opinion, and you're able to venture that under the First Amendment of the United States. If you're a United States citizen, obviously. I mean, they should have First Amendments everywhere in the frickin' world. I'm sorry. A person should be able to speak their mind and not worry about persecution in any shape, way, or form. How you doing? It's Trap. Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in here in either a very long time or ever, but thanks for stopping by, dude. Now that we've got a few people, I'm actually willing to take questions from anybody in the stream. And the thing is, I'm actually going to open it up. You can ask me anything you want. I think it's funny on YouTube. I got a copy strike from public domain horror movie, Night of the Living Dead. So sorry, people in Germany, Switzerland, Italy, and other countries I don't remember. But yeah, how you doing, Fenrir? Good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. So yeah, if you guys actually want to ask me any questions like favorite music or anything, go ahead. It's fair game, man. How many copies do you think Last of Us will sell now? Honestly, they'll probably sell more than 1,000, less than 1,000,000. I'm willing to open it up to that level, because the thing is, I know a friend of mine who lives in Germany. But he works for the DOJ. He's going to buy it regardless. Since when do you know you are hetero? I believe you mean hetero. I've known I was heterosexual since I was 3 years old, man. But anyway, not that I focused on sex at 3, but do you like going to anime cons? I honestly have not been to any cons. I barely travel. I don't got a car. I'm not rich, so and also I'm rather introverted, so by design, but also by restriction. Thing is, if I go out of my element, I get very subconscious. Probably since we stopped finding girls to be icky. Yeah, pretty much. That's a trap, pretty much. But yeah, this whole thing with The Last of Us Part 2, it's ridiculous. And they should. And if people want to boycott, you go right ahead. If people don't want to put their money toward it, go right ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do one way or the other. But I will say this. What they have done, copyright striking channels that have not shown any of their content, I believe is grounds for a lawsuit. I'm just saying. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I saw some stuff on online about a few things. I believe the Star Wars Disney trilogy is still $9.99 on Movies Anywhere and Amazon. Still, I think that's $9.99 more than each of those movies are worth. But hey, what can you do? Looking out at the water right now, it seriously looks like it's just a slab of cement. Every AAA release has an ugly side these days. Yeah, scorched earth tactics, those are a problem. That's the thing. Unless it is something that is seriously harmful for public to know, then it really shouldn't do the whole scorched earth tactic. Also, I just saw, I'm still watching The Flash from the CW. I'm not going to pay attention to Batwoman anymore, or as everybody else calls, Batwoman. I think that show has run its course, but run itself into the ground. It's just ridiculous to the extreme, and I am seeing a hair off the side of my eye. There, it's gone. But yeah, I have very good peripheral vision. But yeah, this season of The Flash, regardless of Flashpoint, I think has some strengths, but also has some very bad weaknesses. I like it better when there are villains that are level playing field with Barry, but also stronger in some areas. Speaking of Scorched Earth, The Scorched Trials was a good movie. I have not seen that. I mean, last time I've even heard the word Scorch was, well, it was nicknamed to a clone commando named Scorch, which was part of Delta Squad. He liked blowing stuff up. he had a gift with explosives, Scorch. Such a great clone commando. What would you think about Bruce Campbell doing a voice of Indiana Jones in a TV show animated? No. As much as I like Bruce Campbell, don't get me wrong, that chin is mighty, man. The chin is mighty. But no. Republic Commando for life. Dude, yes, it's a trap. I played that game on Xbox and whatnot. I absolutely love that game. I like the Karen Traviss novels. When it comes to the EU, EU for life. Hashtag EU for life in the chat, folks. Maze Runner trilogy is pretty solid. Better than Hunger Games and Divergent, in my opinion. I haven't seen the Divergent trilogy. I haven't seen the Maze Runner trilogy. The Hunger Games trilogy, I actually thought was a good movie trilogy. I honestly did think that was an actually good movie trilogy, to be 100% honest. And the thing is, I've actually seen movies that people would actually make fun of me for seeing. I saw the Twilight movies. Honestly, they're better than their books, and that is from an objective standpoint. Now, do I like the Twilight movies? No, not anymore, really, because they haven't aged well, and I'm older. I kind of got, or I checked them out of sheer freaking, I haven't even read the books, to be honest. But, so yeah, let the freaking make fun of go into the chat, man. I only saw the first Hunger Games. I actually recommend you see all three, man. They're actually very good, Trap. They're actually very good, in my opinion. This was before any of the woke nonsense hit Hollywood, and Katniss Everdeen was a truly strong female character. Even her sister was a strong female character. But yeah, the books are different, obviously. I haven't read the books, but I heard they're pretty good. Before I jumped on, I was actually listening to one of my favorite songs from the 60s. Bobby Fuller 4's I Fought the Law. Great song. I know a lot of dudes who like the Twilight trilogy. No, I'm not judging. Thing is, Twilight's not a trilogy, but I actually thought the story was good in some areas. It was original. I will give her the benefit of the doubt. I will give Stephenie Meyer this props that the Twilight series was an original take on mythological stakes. I mean, vampires not having the whole fangs and whatnot. Interesting take. And it was an original thing. I just wasn't a fan of the sparkly bit, you know? It's the sparkly stuff that was just kind of cheesy. Plus, the dialogue was cheesy. Other than that, the story was kind of compelling. I mean, I wasn't sure of some of the casting in the final movies, but honestly, the story had an interesting thing going for it, except for the imprinting thing, because that was, I mean, the imprinting idea was interesting. It's just that you're fucking imprinting on a kid. That's not right. But or at least they said it's something that's not sexual. That's something, I mean, you're skirting a very thick or a very fine line with the whole imprinting thing. It's not sexual. I mean, maybe later it could be, but it's not sexual right off. It's like, you've known that person since they were a kid. Seriously. So, no. That's the one thing that I didn't agree with it on. But other than that, the story was compelling in some ways, to be 100% honest. Michael Sheen playing a freaking vampire after he played a freaking werewolf, that was interesting. But I'm going to stick with Underworld. I like them better. So what else? What other questions you guys got? I'm actually open. This is an open forum, man. You guys can ask me literally anything. Shit, why not even get personal if you want? But yeah. I mean, I've actually watched a bunch of movies that are not really my forte, but also not really anybody's forte. Can I get a chomp, 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 buddy, chomp, chomp? Give him a chomp, chomp, folks. But yeah, there are movies that I find as guilty pleasures. I haven't, or I've heard it for a lot of people. The Clone Wars fixed the prequels for them. For me, it didn't. You see, I like the prequels. I'm a prequel defender. Actual imprinting in animal terms means think it is its mother. Yes, I know. I am aware of the animal concept of imprinting. Oops, keep on doing that. But the Clone Wars for me, it actually damaged the prequels, because when you watch episode 3 and read the novel, no mention of Ahsoka. Nothing. So while it is an entertaining thing to watch, I consider it a branch reality. I do not consider it part of actual canon. EU canon was, or the EU Legends is always going to be my canon. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Clone Wars. I just don't like certain aspects of it, like the pacifist Mandalorians. That was stupid. It was absolutely ridiculous. And the shippers. I mean, everybody on Twitter probably has seen this. I mean, y'all saw that whole wedding with Anakin and Ahsoka picture that they had on Twitter. I responded to that, I actually retweeted that, and I said, to the artist of this photo, I suggest you seek help because you are seriously giving off pedophilic vibes. I just don't consider anything past season 5 of Clone Wars to be canon. Season 6 was okay, except that it got into some stuff that was weird. I mean, how the hell did they not know that? I mean, the Lost episodes was interesting. I just don't like the idea of a tumor in the head of each clone being their inhibitor chip, or whatever they want to call it, being the reason why Order 66 went down. Because many clones in the EU defied that order. Many of them did. I mean, even the Scarata's boys, the Knolls, if you know the EU books and the Republic Commando novels, you know who Scarata's Knoll clones are. The Knolls are clones that were supposed to be terminated as children because they were considered failed, and they were considered failed experiments that were way too unpredictable and very independent. And they were ready to kill the Kaminoans, and they were only freaking 2 years old, or 2.5 years old to 3 years old, and they were ready to kill Kaminoans. But I think it was Ordo in Order 66, the novel, he puts on his helmet, and he hears execute Order 66. And what he says is, "It will be done, my lord," or "Yes, my lord." Doesn't do a damn thing. What he does do is go to his father, his Buyur, and he says, we just got orders from High Command to kill every Jedi that we see. We got to get Etain and Barden out of here. And sadly, Etain didn't make it. She was actually a lot of people don't realize that Etain Termacon, who was a Jedi who gave birth to a clone's child, and she is radically underappreciated. That character, Etain Termacon, her child, Venku, and the clone Dar, or Darman, that was one of my favorite relationships in Star Wars. all of Star Wars, because it was interesting. It was very taboo, and it showed something that was wildly out there but still possible. Do you think it is interesting that Indiana Jones in his expanded universe never got his arch enemy? Yes, I think it's interesting he never had a true arch nemesis, but it's mostly because he wasn't that kind of person. He wasn't that kind of character, really. Indiana Jones, his own passion was truth and understanding of the past, archaeology and whatnot. And mostly his enemies were Nazis. To be 100% honest, most of his enemies were Nazis. And I mean, this dude came face to face with Hitler, and Hitler signed his book. But a lot of people actually ask, what's your favorite, or somebody asked on Twitter a while back, your favorite Indiana Jones movies in order. Well, my favorite is The Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull was interesting, but interesting doesn't necessarily mean good. But I found it an interesting concept. Now, the whole snake thing and frickin' Shia LaBeouf being his kid, no, didn't like that. That was just kind of stupid. I mean, they should have cast somebody else to be his kid, and they should have left the campiness, or they shouldn't have brought a modern day campiness to it. They should have left the campiness in the past. But it was still interesting to watch. Now, that's something that a lot of people mistake my meanings for. If I say that something is interesting, I do not necessarily mean it is good. When I saw The Last Jedi, I'm like, interesting, but no. When I saw Episode 9, interesting, entertaining in some areas, but no. Hell to the no. And I will tell you flat out, folks, Episode 9 to me has an entertainment value, all the way up to the point of Palpatine's death. I liked Lando Calrissian's involvement in the movies, or in that movie. I liked his character in that movie. His character often reminds me of my own father in some ways. Billy D. Williams. I mean, yes, there was that campy part where Poe is at the edge of despair during the final battle. Thought we had a shot, there's just too many of them. But then Lando comes in his true Lando fashion. But there's more of us, Poe. There's more of us. And the way that Billy D. Williams looses that line, lets that line in, and the way that John Williams' score comes in, it actually gave me goosebumps. And I'm like, that works. That's a good scene. That's powerful. That's Star Wars from the past that I liked. The rest of the story, I just wish they would have done something better. I argue to people that Shia LaBeouf does not work as a greaser. He would be a nerd in the 50s. Drake Bell should have done it, or should have done it. I could buy him as a greaser. I don't know who Drake Bell is, to be 100% honest. Junebug. But, all right, yeah. I mean, when it comes to greasers and whatnot, anytime somebody says greaser, I think of The Outsiders. The book and the movies. Or movie, rather. That's actually one of the great movies of the older years. I mean, Diane Lane, all those other actors, Patrick Swayze, frickin' Ralph Macchio, all of them young actors, man. I mean, some of the movies that Kurt Russell did as a kid, like The Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes and whatnot, those were some great movies too, man. That's when Disney was great. And a lot of people don't know this. I've actually seen so many older Disney movies. Oh my God, they still hold up in today's time. They're still great to watch. They're still entertaining to watch. Some of the stuff that are, and I will also admit, as much as I do not like Disney's Drake and Josh, that is Drake Bell. I don't know Drake and Josh, to be honest, either, Junebug. But to be honest, I enjoyed Call of the Wild. That was a good movie. Yes, people riff on the special effects, but that movie should not have bombed in the box office. That was such a compelling story and such a great story about determination and self-awareness and becoming something greater that you once were. It is such a powerful story. And I'm honestly going to look up the book because I honestly want to watch that book or listen to that book or read that book, because one of the things that I found very compelling in that movie was his inner wild side that took the form of that black wolf with the flaming eyes. I mean, that was something that was completely, it's like, wow, that is badass right there. The wolf with the yellow eyes, with the yellow glowing eyes, it was just, it's like, that is his instinct. That is Buck's instinct. That is his inner wild side, the call of the wild that he is listening to. That has helped him. And when it walked off into the cold weather or into the cold blizzard, I honestly wonder, it's like, what is the symbolism there? Already seen Call of the Wild, the 1935 version and the 1972 version, the 1997 version, and they all use a real dog. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, hear me out. The thing is, the real dogs, movies that used real dogs, that was when you could actually train dogs and not have so much restrictions on what you do with them. You see, back in the older days, like Creatures of the Black Lagoon, you see a freaking swan get swallowed up and killed. It's like, holy shit, did they just kill a swan on freaking screen? There was less restriction. Now, am I saying it is a good thing that you allow animals to get killed and whatnot? Hell no. I'm not saying that. However, if it is art, if it is part of the story, you should allow certain things to happen, like an animal. Being careful of what I'm saying here, you should not see an actual animal getting shot. You should not see an animal getting killed. You should not see an animal actually getting, or animals should not be harmed in the making of movies. That is what I am saying. However, if you are, or if it is part of the story that the animal does get killed, shot, or whatever, at least make sure that the animal is good enough to act in the way that it shows a very emotional conclusion. When I saw Turner and Hooch, my gosh, I cried like a bitch at that movie. I whined like a little girl because Hooch died. But when I saw the absolute ending of that movie, I was so freaking happy to see that a little Hooch was born. You know, that it was just, it was like, wow, just wow. But I hear that they want to remake that movie, and I'm like, no, do not remake Turner and Hooch. Can you send me a pic of your mask, please? Oh, somebody just, where's my mask? 1 second, folks. A friend of mine is making button clasps for masks because of the whole world crisis thing. And she just requested I sent her a pic of the mask. Weird. Let's see here. There. And there. First thing I heard is I wanted like a bitch, then hooch died. How you doing, sir? Or Origin, Maria? I'm gonna call you Origin, like Lethal did earlier. What did I just come into? I'm talking about the political stance against a mask, or I'm taking a political stance against a mask because doctors need them more than I do, like my mom, who's a nurse. This is a mask that a friend made that people around town are making out of cloth and whatnot. So these masks are they're being made out of just plain old cloth. Did you hear about the guy in the UK walking around with the old world plague suit on? Oh, you're talking about the apothecary outfit. Yeah, wasn't too big of a deal, just thought it was funny. Dude, the apothecary mask, or as everybody calls it, the plague bird mask, or the bird mask, or the plague mask, freaking man, that became such a meme. And I was loving it, for crying out loud. It's like, holy shit, these people are freaking hilarious. There we go. And there. That's done. But yeah, man, somebody came in with a freaking bird outfit and the apothecary mask, jumped in on a freaking McDonald's, smacked some shit around, pecked at a fat guy, ended up getting kicked or causing a bunch of ruckus, left in a hurry. The cop or goes home, changes into his normal clothes, and comes back, sees a wanted poster of the freaking plague man, acts like nothing happened. I was a Marine. I'm in stuck with every known disease and some, or then some, I'm guessing, and some that I thought turned me into a Captain America. Nice. I work at the pizza shop that's still open, and the owner gives the employees masks. Pretty cool. Nice, Fenrir. And my friend who's making the clasp for the masks. Okay, I'm looking for buttons. What I found isn't gonna that. Hold on. I'm not really focused on matching fashions, period. If my hair is brown, comma, if you use a dark color, it's really not going to matter, period. Yes, I just did voice to text on on a live stream. And yeah. Did you ever read any of the Indiana Jones books or Explorers Expanded Universe? No, I did not. But for those of you guys joining, Origin, Fenrir, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, like I said, this is an open forum. You can ask me any question you want. Like, favorite, anything, really. Hey, even if you want to fucking get freaky and dirty and shit, go ahead and ask it. I don't care. I'm an open book to people that I trust. Do you think the same, or do you be thinking same if Doc has you sit down sticks you with Neil, asks you, so what's this one for? Shrugs and says, no idea, just told to give them to you. Dude, Origins, when I was 13, I had an allergy test done. My back was shot full of 1,500 different things. Guess how many of them came back positive? Not a damn one. I was very disappointed yesterday. My girl found my Oreo stash, and she ate all my Oreos. People, I would like you to put RIP Junebug Oreo in the comment or in the chat. What your girlfriend did to you, Junebug, what your girlfriend has done to you is a violation of so much trust. Folks, I love Oreos. And one of my absolute favorite Oreos is the mint Oreos. But oh my gosh, if somebody took my Oreos, girl, boy, man, woman, whatever, there is no safe place on heaven or earth, hell below us at all, that I will not find you and drag you to a store and make you buy me more Oreos. What, you honestly think I was going to kill you over an Oreo? Hell no. But I will force you to buy me more Oreos. Kidding, of course. But yeah, folks. I went on to Jesse Milestone's chat last night from her stuff. And oh my gosh, man. Her and Jeff. Gotta love those two. Jeff from World Class Bullshitters and Jesse Milestone are shipped, for anybody who does not know. Real life shipped. Hold on, need another photo. But yeah. And I go in and they're talking about their freaking sex life, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just walk into, you know? But yeah, let me take another picture here. That's a video, not a picture. But yeah, I'm surprised Genesis hasn't come in here, or ABC, or anybody. Where's Soul Assassin? I need my moderator. You know what? Junebug, you've been in here a while. I'm looking for my phone, and it's in my hand, folks. Wow. You've been in here a while, so Junebug, guess what? You're getting a wrench. I need to give somebody a wrench that has been in my damn chat. I do not want a month free of whatever, man. And I'm going to have to turn that down. And I'm going to join this and whatnot. So, yeah, Junebug, you're getting a wrench. What? Why isn't my live chat allowed? Oh, yes, folks, please be sure to smack, bitch slap, stomp on, chomp, whatever, to that live or to that like button. Do you like PlayStation 1 era JRPGs? What are JRPGs? Xenogears, Suikoden, or Ark of the Lad? Please explain what JRPGs are. I love the original PlayStation and many of the games that I have played from it. So yes, add moderator. Congratulations, Junebug. You are a freaking modulator. Moderator, not modulator. But yeah, Japanese role-playing games. I've never heard of them, honestly. But my favorite games from the PlayStation 1, Final Fantasy VII, and Metal Gear Solid. I've played other games like Final Fantasy VIII and whatnot, but when it came to the PlayStation, Final Fantasy VII and Metal Gear Solid, plus other games like Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, or Origins Sub-Zero and whatnot. Oh, beautiful games. Beautiful games. Love it. But yeah, dude, I also played some of the first Dynasty Warriors, Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was just fucking boss. And I had all the damn characters, including that little frickin' that little dinosaur dude, the doctor that was always laying down, plus the guy, or that Eddie skin for Eddie that was the hippie dude. Final Fantasy games are JRPGs. Oh, well then, yeah. Now, why did I suddenly get into Discord? Big buttons will. There we go. But yeah, I'll be finishing the remake tonight and dropping my full game review of it tonight. I also be doing my very first live stream if everything works out with my laptop. Nice, man. I will definitely check it out. I believe I am subscribed to your channel and have the notifications on, so yeah, definitely. I will give it a shot. I will give it a look and whatnot. Let me share this on Twitter and YouTube or Facebook. You guys, if you guys can find me on Facebook, I'll friend you. I'm not shy about that shit either. Where's tweet? There we are. Original Dynasty Warriors is a cool fighting game. Reminds me of games like Dead or Alive, Primal Rage, and Tobal Number 1. Did many of those games, or I have never heard of, but there were so many games that I did like. I mean, I am also a huge N64 fan. The games that I played from the N64 were, oh my gosh, man. Oops, me. Anything. There, and now share it to Fogelbook. But yeah, the original Dynasty Warriors game, that was some great stuff too. But yeah, when it came, I'm an early console gamer, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, PlayStation. PlayStation 2 as well, Xbox. And maybe a little bit of the Xbox 360. One of my favorite games from the Xbox 360 is Alien vs. Predator 2010. Love that game. But I'm also a huge Alien Predator universe fan myself. And that's why I got my next versus stream, which is EU Mandos versus Xenomorphs. Open stream. Ask me anything. Okay. I should go to whatchamacallit and see what I got. Zelda Ocarina of Time. That was a decent game. I never really could get much into it because I sucked at it. One of my favorite games from the N64, besides also the Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Origins game, was Turok 2. I like shooter games. I like Call of Duty games. I like the Call of Duty Black Ops games, the Modern Warfare games, the original Modern Warfare games, not this new shit that is like for PS5 and whatever. This was back when I owned a lot of these games that I could play a lot of cool shit, man. I had all the cheats for Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. I had the ultimate cheat, which was Oblivion is at hand, where you could do everything. Man, it was so great. Now, let's see here. Yes, I am live. Worship me. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I just saw a thingy here. Regal Cinemas is joining AMC Theaters in the whole not airing Universal movies. So I have, where is it? There it is. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. Regal Crown Club. I used to go to Regal Cinemas a lot, man. Loved their stuff. Loved watching the movies there. They had good stuff and whatnot. In fact, one second. Yeah. There. Yep. So Regal, you want to limit yourself, that's your choice. But if you are going to pull that shit where you're not going to air Universal movies, well, sit on it and twirl. Thing is, Regal, I liked your style. I liked your stuff. Your freaking tickets were insanely expensive, but I could get over that. But I'm not going to freaking support you if you're not going to support every studio. Sorry. If I had an AMC card, I'd get rid of it on stream too. I have 4 kids, never can go to see movies in theaters, too much money. Yeah, dude. If you live in a small town like I do, it wouldn't be a problem, even with 4 kids. My hometown here in Tupper Lake, $7 a movie ticket for adults on normal days, $6 for matinee. I believe it's $6 or $5 for kids and whatnot. It's cheaper for kids. I mean, kids under 5, I think, get in free or something. But the concessions are also pretty decent prices. That is why when I support small town theaters, local theaters and whatnot, because they give all the good shit. Guess we'll be seeing different trends starting to form. New releases in home for a raised price. Probably, yeah. Chances are you will. But yeah. Have you ever seen a black egg, folks, that's made out of marble? I got this at the Thousand Islands up near Canada. Great place in New York to go to, where you get to literally see 1,000 islands and tour the castle and the estates on some of them. Great stuff. And I had this shit. I was a kid when I got this. I've had this for almost 15 years. But yeah. So anybody else got any cool questions want to ask? Anything curious about favorite movies, music, whatnot? Otherwise, I start rambling. Sorry. Peripheral vision. Saw hair again. Ugh, on my hat. Interesting. What was you saying? Dinosaur reminds me a lot of. Yeah. Battle Arena, Toshinden 1 or 2 of PS1. Sorry, Fenrir, I didn't see this question earlier. Ever played Battle Arena, Toshinden 1 or 2 PS1? No, I have not. Sorry. Do I listen to synthwave? No. I don't know what that is. Or new retrowave, vaporwave, chillwave. I have no idea what those are. See the new Assassin's Creed game yet? I have heard of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I have seen a little bit of the artwork on Twitter. It's an interesting thing. It is an interesting concept. We're going further into the past. It'd be pretty cool to see an assassin or a Viking assassin, because everybody knows that the Vikings aren't shy about brutally and openly killing people back then. I mean, sure, there is some whatchamacallit, but yeah, there's some secrecy there, out of lack of a better word that I can't think of right now. I have Norwegian blood. Fucking love Vikings. Dude, I fucking love Vikings too, man. When I was playing Old Republic, I had a freaking Viking Sith. Dual-wielding Sith that looked like Kratos. But he didn't wield lightsabers. He wielded those Gamorrean axes that were customizable. Freaking just savagely going through a bunch of people. It was just, dude, yeah. I mean, I was very brutal with that Sith. I mean, then they came up with the Beskats after I had already left the game, and I'm like, son of a bitch, those Beskats look just or pretty close to his or Kratos's blades of rage or whatever. If you'd like, I could send you some synthwave tracks on Twitter to check out. Sure, why not, Fenrir? Thank you. But yeah, man, I actually like oldies music a lot more. Some of this new age shit is for the birds. I mean, there's some things that grab my attention if it has a good tune. I mean, I actually like Louis Capaldi. Before You Go and Someone You Loved are actually two of my favorite songs from him. I like Ed Sheeran. Photograph and Perfect are my two favorites from him. My favorite 60s songs from the Bobby Fuller 4. Well, the P-side. Sorry, I'm getting a thing from my friend again. P-side crochet is really small. Doesn't have work. If it doesn't work, no big deal. I have a few you can choose from. I really use 9. Big thumbs up. My friend Deb is such a freaking treasure. But yeah, I mean, I like all sorts of music. Queen is my absolute favorite band of all. And I just watched Bohemian Rhapsody last week, I think it was. Great movie. I did a live review. But yeah, that was a great movie about the life and legacy of Freddie Mercury and Queen themselves. Heard that Adam Lambert is now the lead singer of Queen and whatnot, and I'm like, no. You are never going to be Freddie Mercury. You're singing songs that you have no right to sing. Hold on one second, folks. Oh, there we go. Much better. There we go. You should play Newt if they have Neil Blomkamp, Alien 5. I have no idea. Frank Sinatra is best singer ever. I'll agree to disagree with you on that. More of a Johnny Cash person. Johnny Cash, there is few people in life that can sing a song better than the original artist. All right? There are very few people who can do that. Johnny Cash, when he sang the song Hurt, back in early 2002 or 2003, before he died. That song was from Nine Inch Nails. I listened to both songs. Johnny Cash did a way better job singing Hurt than Nine Inch Nails, to the point where many people think he wrote it. How many of you people have heard of, or how many people in the chat have heard of Rat Pack? I saw Rat Pack and I'm honest, or got confused. I have something in my eye. But anyway, how many of you guys have heard of Peter Hollins? Well, Rami Malek did not even sing Freddie Mercury. That honor goes to Mark Martel. Yeah, I mean, how you doing, Kamen Rider? Good to see you, man. Speaking of Kamen Rider, who came up with a brilliant substitute for my last Versus stream, thank you again, Kamen. I hope you are able to catch that on the replay. The Chun-Li versus Black Widow. That was actually a good, very good topic. Now, speaking of Kamen Rider, who came up with a good topic right off the top of his head, man. That was a great Versus stream. Thank you again to Kamen Rider. So, folks, big shout out to Kamen Rider. He saved last week's live stream. He saved it. I had canceled it because there wasn't enough interest in my Yusuke versus Naruto one. And he came up, he's like, what about Black Widow versus Chun-Li? I'm like, motherfuck, that is such a good one. Sorry if that got in the way of Naruto versus Yusuke. Dude, it didn't. There just wasn't enough interest in that one. Nobody cared. Not a lot of people have seen Yu Yu Hakusho. And a lot of people are sadly ignorant of Yu Yu Hakusho. And it's like, you don't know what you're fucking missing. That show was epically awesome. And, to be honest, it shares a universe with Dragon Ball Z. Because of one character they both have in common, King Yemma. Indiana Jones versus James Bond, next versus no, my next versus stream is the Aliens versus the Xenomorphs Army versus EU Army. May is going to be a very Star Wars centric versus stream month, because the next one after Xenomorphs versus EU Mandos is the biggest and baddest Sith Lords fighting each other, which is Darth Sidious, or Palpatine as everybody knows him, you know, the basic bitch of the movies, and the ultimate badass Sith Lord, Darth Vitiate, the original Immortal Emperor, or Sith Emperor. A lot of those older anime were great. They honestly were, dude. Toonami was one of the best things I saw growing up. Big O and all them. Okay, next live stream. Thing is, James Bond versus Indiana Jones, they're kind of very separate, dude. They're kind of very, they're not in the same kind of thing, man. Now, the streams I got set up for June, my first live stream for June is actually Solid Snake versus Rambo. That's subject to change, though. I want Solid Snake to fight somebody from some other franchise. And, well, Death Battle already did the Sam Fisher versus Solid Snake, and Solid Snake kicked ass in that. But, yeah, I'd like to see Solid Snake fight somebody else, or fight somebody in one of my versus streams. You remember the Tsunami Robot God? What happened to them? No, I do not. I ever play Aliens vs. Predator Extinction on PS2 or Xbox back in the early 2000s? No, I do not. But I did play the AVP on the Xbox 360, where you could play all three species on one planet. Yes, a lot of people critique that game for being very limited in its levels and content, but I actually liked it. Now, if you actually want to see that game in chronological order as like a movie, it's actually on YouTube, where you can watch each scene and playthrough in order, scene by scene, move by move, each species, all mixed. Great freaking I think it's a 3.5 hour or 3 hour thing. Oh my God, it was freaking great. But it also widely expanded the universe of the xenomorphs and predators, because yes, you have the Predalien from AVPR, but there's also another Predalien that is in that game, and they're two separate Predaliens. They're still Predaliens, but Chet from AVPR, I'm guessing, was a queen embryo, where the one that was not a queen embryo in the game, because that one looked different. Great console RTS game, tough as hell, but doable for a console RTS. What does RTS mean? But yeah. Predator 2 is very underrated. Danny Glover is the ultimate badass of the franchise. I will admit that he did very well killing killing the jungle or the city hunter. And Predator 2 is seriously an underrated movie, mostly because of that scene that had the Colombian guy getting his rocks off with his girlfriend. That movie was definitely a late night Cinemax movie. Let's just say that, folks. I mean, Predator 2, having that chick just riding that guy like no tomorrow, running, and you get to see everything. Let's just say that was one of the greatest things I have ever seen. Also, folks, if my stream does go down, like as if they cut it because of whatever reason, if I don't notice it on StreamYard, please write a comment. Hopefully I will see it. But yeah, I have to bounce, but stay safe and stay healthy. Everyone have fun. Thank you, Origins. You take it easy, man, and you have a wonderful day. The save file for Aliens vs. Predator Extinction took up almost 75% of the PS2 memory card. Oh my God, I remember those. I let my buddy borrow it one time, and he deleted my file for his. I was so pissed. That, yes, dude. PS1 memory cards and PS2 memory cards. Holy sugar shit. I remember how those how some games took up so much space on cards, where other games minimal. I don't know if you reviewed it, but did you ever see the movie Race about Jesse Owens? It's directed by the same guy who made Predator 2. No, I have not, actually. No, I haven't. So, no. Sorry, Jimbug, I have not. So, how many other people are going to ask questions? This is an open mic, dude. You guys can literally ask me anything, and I will answer as honestly as I can. I'm also going to share this damn stream onto another one. So, while I'm at it, I'm going to go on the Discord. It's like, people, frickin' ask me questions, goddammit. Going live for the third time today. Yeah, Gilkman, my gosh, man. Don't you ever stop going live? No, just kidding. Thomas Gilkey is an awesome dude. He recently had his birthday. Now, let's see here. Automatically brings up the chat. Wait, did somebody say something else? Are you familiar with Weekly Shonen Magazine? No, I am not. I mean, I like Naruto and stuff. I like the anime. I like watching them. I don't like reading them, sadly. Because it's confused. When you read anime in comic form, it is confusing. Because you're reading it left or right to left instead of left to right, which is very confusing to do. And it can throw a person like me off because of my autism. Or something is different from what I am used to, it throws my rhythm off, and it makes it very hard to watch or view or do. Oh, for Christ's sake. Where is my Discord? There it is. Are you familiar? Yeah, already answered that. I will look into it, Junebug. I cannot say for certain. Live stream announcements. Message live stream announcements. How many people are? My gosh, this thing has a lot of freaking. That's Odin's. I don't want to do Odin's. I want to go to Lethal Lightnings and. There we are. Indiana Jones needs a celebration day to just like May 4th. Dude, do not call May 4th Star Wars Day. I will bitch smack you. I recommend July 1st for Indiana Jones' birthday. Interesting. But yes, do not call May 4th Star Wars Day. I will bitch slap you. Because I'm telling you now, it is not May the 4th that is Star Wars Day. It is May 25th. I'm sorry. I am just very passionate about certain things. And when I get passionate about things, I can be scary. But yes. You know, Gray Order, your little freaking YouTube auto posting shit. You guys better get on that, man. You were supposed to be putting me on that shit a while back. You're pissing me off, man. Mentions. Ugh. There we go. Clearing my cache on my other stuff. General Hangout. What the hell's going on, folks? I'm ready for my bitch slapping. Good one, man. Let me just put this out there. This is everybody's one chance to literally ask me anything they want on my YouTube channel, period. I'm live right now, period. I will say this, folks. If you guys get me to 500 subs by the end of May, I will do a stream without this. And I will show you all why I wear one. And it's quite embarrassing. So if you guys actually want to see Orange Hat without the orange hat on a stream, get me to 500 subs before before the end of May 31st. Now just handling my Twitter. How long we been going? 1:10 right now, and without any pushes off of, so that's pretty good. Are you familiar with Ranma 1.5? No, I cannot say that I am, Cayman Rider. I am sorry. Open stream, ask me anything. Well, Shia, thank you for sharing that. Mega Man's track is particularly good. Who the hell is Loremark? Here's some synth. Oh, Loremark, dude. Okay, you're Fenrir Fire. Gotcha. I will check that shit out for you, man. And Loremark followed me. There you go. Following him back, man. Hey. Oh, I was not following him before. That is interesting. Familiar with Inuyasha? I know of it. I am not familiar with the content. If you could travel outside of the U.S. to one country, which would it be? Ireland. Tremaine Terrence, what's up? Not much. Just doing an open stream, letting anyone who wants to ask me a question, ask me any question they want. It's an open day for me. You can literally ask me any freaking question. Just keep it rated R and not NC-17, basically. Does anybody think it'd be interesting if they made 2061 the Third Odyssey and 3001 the Final Odyssey into a movie? Well, I still got to see 2001 A Space Odyssey. But, hey, I think it would be interesting. Why am I suddenly reminded of the... Well, what's his name's home? One of the clients just got home, folks. Hopefully I won't be... Seriously? I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah. Ouch. And we've talked before. It's been a while. Yeah, we have, haven't we? It has been a while. How you been? But yes, folks, ask me anything you want. Keep up the good questions. If they're stimulating, what do I do? Could you elaborate? I can't find a tweet. No, but wasn't your friend just looking for a psychic? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I will Sasuke slap you. Oh, you shall you? How about your next versus stream, Wonder Woman versus Sailor Moon? I'd need to know more about Sailor Moon in order to do that. I've been okay. How about yourself? I've been freaking peachy, man. The world is my oyster. I will Sasuke slap you. Dude, Sasuke's a bitch. So yeah, you'll Sasuke slap him. I was talking about the ambulance when I asked what do you do? Or yeah, the ambulance, well, this is a small town, so also I live on one of the main throughways of the town. Well, actually, not one of, but the main throughway of the town. I'm thinking Sakura might actually be in one of my next, or one of my open versus streams that I haven't planned yet. Probably going to put her up against Molly Hayes from Marvel, if any of you guys know who Molly Hayes is. And for those of you who don't, I will give you a little bit on Molly Hayes. Molly Hayes basically punched Wolverine out of a church and threw the Punisher's van at the Punisher. She's also a 13-year-old kid. How about Sasuke versus Scorpion? Fucking Sasuke would slaughter him. Just being honest, folks. Sasuke would slaughter Scorpion. I'm actually paying attention to Shippuden right now, Naruto Shippuden, and I'm starting to understand why it was a very one-sided battle when it came to Yusuke and Naruto. Because let's just say that even when the Nine Tails is out and Four Tails have emerged with the Nine Tails cloak, holy shit, that's powerful. You go local Chinese combo, or your go-to local Chinese combo. Are you talking about food? Thomas Jane is still the best Punisher. Yes, he is. I will agree with you on that, Junebug. Are you talking about Chinese food, Fenrir? Because if you are, my favorite is shrimp fried rice and crab rangoon and shrimp egg rolls. Yep. All very good food. I just wish that the fried rice in this town was not brown, but yellow. Oh, because I could eat it all day. I just had a John Malkovich moment. Yes, sir. Thanks for following. You are very welcome, dude. Julie MJ Diema. Did you finish Naruto Shippuden? No, I have not. I am still, I'm on episode 43, I believe. I just started it, so to speak. But I do, I'm watching it on some sort of site that basically they let you watch the first season of whatever you're watching, and then they're like, now you gotta donate and give or whatever. It's like, fuck off. So another friend put me on the track for another one. If I have to watch the subtitled with the original dub or the Japanese dub, I will. But I do prefer dub or English dub anime, so I'm not pausing every 5 seconds just to watch what they're saying instead of what they're doing. If they made a sequel back in the day to Thomas Jane's Punisher, who would you get as Jigsaw? Well, if I knew more about Jigsaw, I would let you know. But yeah, when it comes to Chinese food, it's shrimp fried rice, the yellow rice, not the brown rice, and crab rangoon, and shrimp egg rolls. But yeah, so we got 7 people in watching right now. Be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. And I'll do a brief recap of some of the stuff that I covered. Basically, Naughty Dog, the ones that did the Last of Us 2 thing, they're striking channels that covered the content but did not reveal anything about the content. They didn't show any of it. They didn't show it, but they got copyright strikes. So I think that was a very dick move on Naughty Dog. And while I was on Lethal's chat from his stream earlier, I basically said, you know what they do with naughty dogs? They put them down. So yeah, I think that shit's bullshit. What about Yamcha versus Shikamaru? So you're pitting a genius up against a dipshit. It's an interesting fight, don't get me wrong. But Yamcha would actually he would probably beat the shit out of or he'd probably kill Shikamaru in a heartbeat. Remember, Yamcha may be the weakest human of the Z fighters, but the dude is strong enough to pick up cars and whatnot. The dude he's actually strong enough to do serious devastation to the planet. He's not quite Planet Buster, but he is powerful enough to be one. Now, if you were talking about Hercule versus Shikamaru, that would probably be almost closer. But Shikamaru is actually a very interesting character. I like how, as a Jonin, he's actually, and his shadow manipulation jutsus are very cool. I can eat a lot of fried rice. Can't eat a lot of fried rice, gives you guys, huh? Well, sadly, not everybody's built like everybody else, man. Trust me, dude. When it comes to seafood, I cannot stop. I will eat myself into a coma. You put crab, freaking lobster, and shrimp in front of me. Let's just say that hell would need their own space because of the gluttoning sin that I would commit. Didn't mean to blaspheme. Anywho, yes, for those of you who also didn't pay attention earlier, kind of got rid of my Regal Clown Club card because Regal's doing some stupid shit. So what other questions you got for me? Because yes, I've been jumping into Naruto Shippuden. I'm only up to like episode 43. They killed one Akatsuki member, and the other Akatsuki member that likes to play with like paper clay or whatever it is. How the fuck does he lose both arms and not bleed to death? Somebody explain that to me. Because I would love to hear the explanation. I also do like that my favorite character, Gaara, is not dead. However, his main power is gone because they sucked out the Jinchuriki from him, which sucks. He was the one tail. I love Chinese food. That's always been my thing. Awesome. A Fenrir, yes. Yes to what? I forget. I can't even say I'm an official member of Regal Crown Club. I found my Regal Crown Club card at Walmart. Awesome. That's nice. Mine too, pretty much, except I always get a side of sesame sauce with mine. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about the seafood. Nice. I mean, I've actually tried sushi. Not the biggest fan of it, but it is pretty good. I mean, I went to a Chinese restaurant that's basically all you can eat for a certain amount of money, and the one in Potsdam here is just freaking. I just heard my stomach growl. Finders keepers. Jax from Mortal Kombat lost both arms, and he was still alive. Did he lose both arms, or did he have those grafted, or did he have cybernetic enhancements? I mean, from what I remember, that he had cybernetic enhancements. But hey, if they actually cut, or if he actually lost both arms and then they gave him the enhancements, yeah. But still, the amount of blood loss and also the dirt that could have gotten into his wounds, that kind of infection would have killed him. There's just so much wrong with that guy. I don't like that certain member of the Akatsuki. He's just too cocky, and I just wish that frickin' Kakashi's Makengyo Sharingan had killed him. Honestly, yeah. I should have tagged a bunch of people. Yeah, I should have tagged a bunch of people when I was I usually get Chinese food more than fast food. It's often cheaper, more plentiful, and healthier for the most part. You're damn right. Because you go to a place like McDonald's, they don't give you any freaking vegetables at all. I mean, I go to McDonald's once in a blue moon for sustenance every now and then, but I'm also a sucker for the Oreo McFlurry. I wish they had done a better job with the mint McFlurry that they did this year. Thank you to McDonald's, by the way, for finally doing that after 10 years of asking. Thank you. I love you. And I gave them legitimate criticism, by the way. I gave them good criticism on their Twitter. It's just that the mint was a bit overpowering with their mint McFlurry. Yeah, I had a brain fart again, folks. And they actually got back to me. They're like, thank you very much for the feedback. I was kind and whatnot. And they actually were told them they could have you stream their conference call. Hold on, folks. Watch out for my Wolfang Fist. Yeah, that is one of his cool moves. Can't believe that they actually kept that damn thing going for so long. We're at an hour 30 almost. M. Bison versus Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom would slaughter M. Bison. Dr. Doom wiped out planets and universes. But it is an interesting concept. Seafood's incredible. You're damn right it is, unless you have gout. I want to thank everybody that's shown up so far. You guys are awesome. And the wind has been howling. Oh my gosh, people. I'm a sleeper that wakes up every now and then, mostly because of my jail experience. Last night, it was so freaking windy. And when I woke up today, I was expecting to be in the Land of Oz because of how much wind there was last night. And we live right down. I'm going to show you guys this. You know what? I'm going to actually show you guys this. Cam Mike. You guys want to see the view outside my window? So hold on. Let me show you guys. See back. And well, let's show you guys. That's basically what it looks like, folks. Let's there we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's basically the view outside my window. And the wind, as you have no doubt or undoubtedly surmised, comes straight from the lake. So now that that is done, and I have given you my beautiful view of whatchamacallit, let's get back to the show. Oh, I also had to write out my rain check. And now the camera is on this side. I think I'll keep it on this side until the stream is done. Can you all hear me well enough? Thank you, Orange Made Kansas Joke. And Junebug, he is from Kansas. Nice! And thank you, Kamen Rider. It is a very nice view. And I am actually going to flip this over again. Yes, you are all going to potentially get vertigo from my stream. Let's do a little fun on Facebook and whatnot. I'm curious as to what people are doing on Facebook because I kind of riffed into a lot of people on Facebook recently, and it's kind of an asshole doing that. But you know what? Oh, my friend is just seriously too obsessed with Star Trek. Historic U.S. marriage rate fell to lowest level ever recorded in 2018. Okay. Amazon, FedEx, Walmart workers plan to walk out on Friday demanding what? Hazard pay, better working conditions? Jesus, people, you are keeping the freaking economy alive. What the hell is wrong with you people? That's a pretty picture. She's pretty. Question for ladies. If the treat you like a queen, what do you stay? Well, I do. Yeah. I can't really read all or that from another. My favorite thing about the 80s anime is the most, if not all, fill-in lagging plots with Jesus Christ, my friend is fucking hilarious. Shit. Only my buddy. Oh my god, Whack Arnold's. It's amazing when you're from Kansas, you get a lot of Wizard of Oz jokes, no Superman jokes. What the fuck? How do they not have Superman jokes? I mean, is there actually a really town called Smallville in Kansas? I mean, I'm actually genuinely curious. I might. Anywho, I hate video stencils. 1 year in jail or marry your ex. 1 year in jail or marry your ex. No to both. Anyone else remember the show called Lyoko? I'm guessing he meant. I remember it by name, but yes. I'm just going through some stuff. Like a 3 second shit. Oh, shut up. What's on your mind right now? You don't want to know. A look at Assassin's Creed. Okay, I'm now taking a look at the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, folks. So, ever play any of the Naruto Ninja Storm games? No, I have not. But I'm actually going to start that from the beginning. I'm checking out the Valhalla Assassin's Creed thing, folks. Live for you guys. Let's start here. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is taking us to the time of the Vikings. You play as Eivor, a Scandinavian warrior who's very familiar with war and glory. Nice. Players will be able to explore an enormous and magnificent open world. Ooh. in stark contrast to the darkness of medieval England. Yes, that is indeed true. AC Valhalla also brings new gameplay features, with raids for gathering resources. You can do that in the other ones. And construction of new colonies. Interesting. To extend the reach of your power. You can choose between playing as a man or a woman. Interesting. And you'll be able to customize everything from your hair to your tattoos and war paint, and even your equipment. Interesting. This is some interesting shit. To protect your clan and help them to thrive. You'll have to make decisions in your dialogue. Awesome. And those decisions will directly impact your story. And you'll take away from north to what is now Great Britain. You'll be able to fight with 2 weapons at once. Awesome. Against a wide variety of enemies. Eivor ends up in conflict. Oh shit, with somebody. I missed that part. He's fighting some big ass Templar dude right now. And I don't have the audio on, folks. Sorry about that. You'll be able to 2 weapons at once. There's a big ass sword. Alfred of Wessex. Dude has sex in the West. Nice. Who's determined to protect his reign from the kingdom. Interesting. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is expected out for the 2020 holiday release or holiday season on PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and even the PC. Yada yada yada. Ooh, hot chick. Putting blood on people. Nice. He's a Viking. Interesting. How much more of this? 50 seconds? Interesting. Yes, go conquer some lands. Pillage. Slaughter. Do not kill innocents. Very good. Very good. Okay, good. Good. That's good. Train the children. Awesome. This is interesting. That is one fat fuck. Okay, that looks good. That looks decent. That actually, yeah. That looks interesting. That actually does look interesting. I'll actually be looking forward to the shit on Thingamajive. Alrighty, what's going on? I'm not. Come on, fakes. Uh-oh, my landlady's on a warpath right now. Anywho, let's get back to the chat. There might be a town called Smallville, Kansas. Probably not on the map. There's a lot of those towns in Kansas. Nice. Did you know that Ian McDiarmid, I'm guessing you meant McDiarmid, was not the original choice to play the Emperor? The original actor cast in Return of the Jedi was Alan Webb, but he had to turn it down due to health reasons. No, I did not know that. Thank you, Junebug. Boy, my landlady is pissed. Somebody pissed her off. Yes, folks, hell hath no fury than a landlady scorned. So I am going to potentially keep this going until the 2-hour mark. Hold on, folks. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Is there a crossover fighting game you would like to see get made? AVP versus either Marvel or DC. Marvel, because there's not too many, or strictly keep it God level, or strictly keep it on Earth. But yeah, I'd definitely like to see AVP versus Marvel. Hell, even throw in the Terminators while you're at it. That'd be freaking awesome. Good question, Cameron Ryder. Yeah, Alan Webb, if you Watchmen interviews, had a Liverpool accent, and that's probably the voice he would use for the Emperor. I mean, I can actually do a pretty good Palpatine voice. But yeah. What's going on Instagram? I haven't checked out Instagram in a while. Holy smokes, that woman is hot. And if you guys know who I'm talking about, well, I don't know if you do. But basically, whenever I see a AFK Bard, yeah, she's hot. Flatten the... Guess, so... What are my notifications? Oh, nice. Nice. That's called fucked up priorities. You're damn right it is. Homemade sourdough bread and forgot to take a photo of it to post on social media. Might as well have thrown it straight in the bin. You know what I call that, folks? Fucked up priorities. So, how has nobody on Twitter... I mean, seriously, folks, you can't get much more than... I mean, I have literally offered people on Twitter to ask me anything. Even personal shit. And I gotta say that you guys have shown restraint to a level I did not suspect or expect. I will say that. But like I said, ask me anything. My Hero Academia. Heard of it, not watched it. I mean, I know some people who would actually take rigorous advantage of such an open invitation. And I'm surprised they haven't. Recently released junior novelization of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker attempts to resolve the issue with a smart retcon. What smart retcon? There was no retcon was smart. Ugh, go away. With Sith cultists and legions of Sith stormtroopers, it even fits with the fact Darth Sidious and Vader were together referred to as the Lords of the Sith, because that is what they were. Presumably, the Sith cultists were encouraged to compete for the attention of their lords. What? Like, seriously, what? Not how the rule of two works. You're damn right it doesn't. Holy shit. All right. Worst experience while riding the school bus if you rode one back then. My worst experience when riding the school bus. Holy shit, dude. My most traumatic thing on a school bus ride. Good question, by the way, Fenrir Fire. You win an award, man. You win a cookie. We had a coloring contest, and I had chosen to, or I did a beautiful job coloring. This was when I was in, I think it was third, well, one of them. Anyway, I was so proud of the job that I did coloring this. And the kid got so jealous, he rips the color or the picture out of my hand and rips it. And yeah, I cried like a bitch back then. Back when I was younger, I was very sensitive. And I had to turn in a ripped piece of paper. They're like, what happened to this? And I told them flat out. Kid ripped it up. Which kid? Well, I told them that dope. And that kid got in trouble. He actually got a 0 on his, even though he did a pretty good color job too. But yeah. Boy, she is really going on it. Anybody else have any questions like that? Like I said, I'm an open book, folks. Ask me anything. Anywho, let's oh, that's a pretty cool picture of a mermaid. Yeah, there's this cool Facebook page called Icy Cold Black Hand of Death. They do some pretty cool mythological stuff. Ever had a ghostly experience? Yes, I have. I have seen ghosts, and I have seen even darker aspects of the paranormal. And to answer your question, I have not talked to a ghost. After my grandfather died, I was sleeping in my bed one time, and I heard my grandfather's voice call me by my first and middle name. And then when I was growing up, if my middle name was called, I knew I was in trouble. So, no, I am not a Ghostbuster. But he called my name, or I heard his name. I woke up in the middle of the night sitting straight up, and it felt like my head smacked a piece of wood. And I turned on the light. There's nothing above my head. I know that for sure in the room, and it's just really weird that it happened. But yeah, I also witnessed some stuff that I will not disclose on here, but I will say that I have, or all I will say is that I witnessed an actual exorcism. That is something that, yeah. But I have also had ghost experiences like the one I just told you about. Do you go to sleep with the TV on? I do not have a TV. Afraid to disclose. All right, folks. I will tell you about that, or my demonic paranormal experience when I was in college. When I was in college, I was part of a skeptic study, and they brought me in to witness an exorcism. And I have been baptized Catholic. Am I the only one that looks or that likes The Omen better than The Exorcist? The Exorcist, or the director's cut of The Exorcist, is one of the best damn movies I've ever seen. So yeah, I had always been skeptic of the religious side of it. I am not overtly religious. I do believe in God, but I am not following religion to the letter. So before we were allowed in with the person who was possessed, they absolve us and whatnot. And they also told us, do not address it. Do not talk to it. Do not address it directly, kind of like what they do in the movies. But that's a real thing. They don't want you to address it. So we get in, and we are witnessing what's going on. And one of the people who was next to me decided to address it, even though he was told not to. It looked at the guy straight in the eye. Hold on one second, folks. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I had to deal with my job. I look after mentally handicapped people with my landlady. Now, as I was it being the person getting the exorcism, yes, because at that point they are not themselves, they are under the influence of something demonic. Now, getting back to that, the person broke the rule that do not address it directly, and the possessed said something to him that made that guy leave that room screaming. I will not disclose what it said to that person because that is personal information of that person. And what you don't realize when you are a skeptic and whatnot is once that thing gets a whiff of fear, it is able to do more than just talk. And it looked at one of my friends who was female, and she started screaming. Well, I helped her out of the room, and she had to go to the hospital. And it was one of the most scary things I had ever witnessed because of because I have been friends with her for a while, and she had no family or friends close to her, so she said it is all right to talk to him. He is or consider him next of kin. They had medical people standing by just in case something happened at this skeptic study, because there was a potential for something to go wrong, and it did. And let's just say that with a look, that being was able to physically affect a person. And it was not in a very kind way. She screamed for a reason. And it was not something that I would wish to repeat. Years later, after I'm done college and all that, I'm still a skeptic, or well, I wouldn't say skeptic, but I do believe in whatnot. I had my own paranormal experience where I am 100% certain that I shook off an attempt at possession. It is not something that is easy for me to discuss because it is personal. But let's just say that what I felt when that was happening was anything but kind. So yes, I have experienced things that I do not feel should be experienced by people. Any other questions? Let's get to a more positive and yet different questioning line. That's kind of how I view how I view it. I'm a Christian, but I'm not overly religious because I don't go to church because I think that pastors and preachers are hypocrites and many other things. Thing is, Junebug, guess what, dude? I 100% agree with you. Each and every religion has a dark past, skeletons in the closet. It's not just the priests and pastors and whatnot that have the skeletons in the closet of pedophilia. Believe it or not, nuns also were offenders. If nuns had conceived by a priest, they would kill the child. These are also the Malaya Maleficara is a real book. Yeah, let's get to a more lighthearted topic. Have you ever owned any lizards? Reptiles, no. I did once own a pet mouse. His name was Bardock, after the father of Goku. And that mouse lived for 2 years. And unfortunately, while he was out in his little mouse ball, he got pinned by a brick, and his lid got popped off, and one of the dogs got him, sadly. And I had to spend the rest of the night and evening in my room, because if I hadn't, I would have killed one of my mom's dogs, because I was that angry. But yeah, I have had pets before, and I loved every moment with that pet, with that mouse. That mouse trusted me. I was able to, it wouldn't run. I had the dogs locked in other rooms when I had him outside of the tank and outside of the ball. He was pretty much like Mr. Jingles from Green Mile. He would go across my shoulders. He would be on my shoulder. He would go from one arm to the other. He would stay close. And he was a beautiful mouse. He was a nice mouse. I liked him. But yeah. What else do we got? We can. Oh, okay. It didn't kick me out. Thank God. Sorry about that, folks. For those of you who are still here, that happens every now and then. If somebody picks up a landline or hangs up on a landline or something like that. I do not have dial-up internet. I have just very shitty Wi-Fi. So that happens. So if you could, just be patient while that's happening. Thank you. Any other questions? I am actually going to start wrapping it up close or around here, because we are at the 2-hour mark, and I noticed during my 2-hour versus stream, it actually started a little bit, few minutes in, which was not very kind. So I might actually have to look into the So anyway, folks, I am actually going Sorry. Yeah, that didn't, or sorry about that. Kamen Rider, yeah, I am wrapping up now because landlady is getting on the phone. Thank you to everybody, Kamen Rider, Fenrir Fire, Junebug, Birds of Prey, and everybody else who came through. See if I can scroll up and see the other ones that came through. Julien the Emma, thank you as well. Tremaine Terrence, thank you for coming in. And everyone else who has joined, and thank you for leaving the likes and whatnot. Anyway, folks, stay tuned for next Friday, where the next Versus stream will be. It's going to be Xenomorph Army versus EU Mandalorian Army. And so that's going to be May 22nd. Anyway, folks, take it easy.